In the grand angle this morning, we talk about the African single market. President Cyril Ramaphosa who's been installed at the head of the African Union for the next 12 months, has placed his mandate under the canopy of economic integration, among others. In particular, we'll be talking about making progress on the operationalization of the African continental free trade area. While waiting for this, Guinea is preparing to take advantage of this vast market. How will this be done? We now discuss with Thibaut Camara, Guinea's Minister of Industry, Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises. Good morning, Camara. While waiting for the single market, how is Guinea preparing? I think we had to get there someday, but because today, as we are experiencing changes in the world, only major economies can survive the instability and challenges we are all facing. So we view this with great hope for our industries and many opportunities for our entrepreneurs and economic operators. We believe we must prepare ourselves for it, as we are doing in the industry sector in particular. And that has to do with taking advantage of opportunities offered by the opening of our markets, rather than dwelling on the difficulties and challenges linked to the opening of competition on a continental scale.
So would Guinea be able to keep pace with the competition that that promises to be very fierce? Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
I believe that our industry is in the process of rebuilding, because the industrial fabric is not only being put in place, but is more dynamic. And I would say that the head of state, in the anticipation which often characterizes it, and the eagerness to achieve results, understood early enough that the industrial sector should be at the heart of our public policies, particularly our economic strategies, and should also be the sector which is a source of growth. As a result, since coming to the helm of our country, we have been catching up in the area of industry, and today we are upgrading our industries to prepare them for open markets and competition with their counterparts of other countries. So I think that the Guinean industry is doing well, judging by the number of industries that have been established in such a short period of time, thanks to the incentive for entrepreneurs to take an interest in a sector that seems new to them and involves larger investment with a long-term return on investment. And last question, when you talk about industry, what is it you're talking about in particular? This year, 2020, is a very good year for the Guinean industry, thanks to the relationship we have with our technical and financial partners such as Badea. We have succeeded with our partner Badea in obtaining financing for the construction of an industrial zone for the very first time in the history of our country. For those who know the importance and the stakes of an industrial zone for the establishment of industrial units, they realize perfectly that this will be a turning point in our country's industrialization drive. Because today there is more demand for industrial units than the possibility for the state to locate these industrial units. So we are going to face one of the recurring problems in the sector, which is to find zones dedicated to industries, not only to protect the environment, but also to avoid a forced cohabitation, sometimes due to the absence of these industrial zones, because industrial units and populations which necessarily cause environmental problems and constitute a threat to public health. So this is very good news, and this is also hope for our we will accelerate our industrialization in this country.